Welcome to Mysterious Encounters. Across human history, civilizations have told stories of sacred objects, objects believed to hold power beyond ordinary understanding, ancient crowns that legitimized kings, relics said to heal the sick, stones believed to connect humanity with the divine. Among these legends is a mysterious set of objects known as the Sankara Stones, small sacred stones tied to spiritual power, and a story that blends mythology, philosophy, and faith. But were these stones ever real? Or are they symbols of something far deeper? Tonight, we explore the legend of the Sankara Stones. To understand the legend, we must travel back more than 1,000 years to the Indian subcontinent. In the 8th century, a philosopher named Adi Shankara emerged as one of the most influential spiritual thinkers in Hindu history. Born in southern India, Shankara became known for his teachings on Advaita Vedanta, a philosophy that taught the ultimate unity of existence. According to his teachings, the world of separation and difference was an illusion. Behind all things, there existed a single divine reality, a universal consciousness, and through spiritual knowledge, humanity could reconnect with that truth. But the legend surrounding Shankara suggests that his teachings were not only philosophical, they were also symbolic. According to tradition, Shankara established sacred centers of learning across India, places where knowledge, meditation, and spiritual discipline could be preserved for future generations. These centers became guardians of ancient wisdom, and within those traditions, stories began to circulate about sacred objects tied to spiritual power. Objects believed to represent the divine forces of the universe. Among these stories were the Sankara Stones. In some interpretations, the stones were said to embody the essence of divine knowledge, small relics believed to hold spiritual significance far greater than their physical form. Over time, the legend grew. Some stories claimed the stones were placed in temples across India. Others said they were hidden away, protected by spiritual orders that understood their true meaning. In certain retellings, the stones were believed to bring harmony and balance to the world when kept together. Separated, they represented a fragmentation of knowledge and spiritual understanding. In this way, the Sankara Stones became more than objects. They became symbols, symbols of unity, symbols of sacred knowledge, symbols of the search for enlightenment. But like many ancient legends, the line between myth and history is difficult to trace. There is little direct historical evidence that physical Sankara stones ever existed as relics in the way the legends describe. Yet the symbolism behind them aligns closely with the philosophical teachings of Adi Shankara himself. Shankara taught that enlightenment was not found through external power, but through inner realization. The true stone in this sense was not an artifact. It was knowledge. The knowledge that all existence is connected. Over centuries, the story of the Sankara Stones continued to evolve. Religious traditions preserved fragments of the legend. Scholars debated its meaning, and storytellers expanded the mythology. Eventually, the concept of sacred stones tied to spiritual power entered popular imagination far beyond India. Many modern audiences encountered the Sankara Stones through film and fiction. But beneath those dramatic retellings lies a much older story. A story rooted not in adventure, but in philosophy. Throughout human history, sacred objects often served as reminders of deeper truths. Relics that represented the invisible forces shaping existence. The Sankara Stones may have served a similar purpose, not as tools of supernatural power, but as symbols pointing toward enlightenment. In this way, the legend reflects a recurring theme found across many spiritual traditions: the idea that the greatest power humanity can discover is knowledge. Whether the Sankara Stones once existed as physical relics, or whether they were always symbolic, their story continues to capture the imagination. They remind us that ancient myths often hide deeper meanings, messages passed down through generations in the language of symbols, messages inviting humanity to look beyond appearances and search for the truth beneath them. Perhaps the true mystery of the Sankara Stones is not where they are, but what they were meant to represent. A reminder that enlightenment cannot be held in the hand, only discovered in the mind. And in the long history of human belief, some of the most powerful artifacts were never objects at all. They were ideas,